Clap sync in 3, 2, 1. Fuck you, Salo.
Clap sync in 3, 2.
Wait, you didn't say 1?
You forgot about 1.
What, you think I used the clap to sync? No, I used the 1, man.
Look.
I used the 1.
Hello, and welcome everybody to the Beyond Us podcast. It is I, Salo. I am back, joined here by Daniel and Brett. How are you guys doing? Hello?
He's been back for...
Can we kick him out?
He's been back for 35 seconds, and he's already causing pre-podcast chaos.
Is this thing on?
No, I liked it better before. I even liked, it was real nice because it was 2 screens. It was
clean.
Daniel,
It was clean.
it was me, and it was the logo. And I had no problems with it.
It was really clean.
I know.
It was real
Exactly.
nice.
That's why I deleted the template, so that you were stuck with 3 frames. That's just how it's going to be.
Free.
Wait.
Dude, we're not talking about the rate at which your mind moves, okay?
Wait, hold on.
It's too early for a hold on.
We got a bigger problem. How'd you delete the template? It's on my computer. I'm the one that records the video.
Don't tell them that.
They know.
This is for the bit. No, they don't know.
They do know. I'm the only consistent. Brett disconnects, I'm still here. You don't show up, I'm still here. I'm the only constant for the video.
I call you the Survivor Man.
I'm it.
You are legend.
Oh, episode 11's off to a great start.
How's everybody's weekend, or how's everybody's week?
I'm doing all right. I'm still healing from my tattoo, but I'm doing all right.
I'm doing okay. I'm still healing from life.
Healing from that devastating alcoholism. It's called the military.
Hey.
It's called the military.
Hey.
It's called active duty.
Nobody told you to put my business out there like that.
Oh, we already know you're active duty. We know. Okay?
Calm down.
We know.
I was talking about
The raging alcoholic.
Oh, we know you're active duty. We know. They go hand in hand.
Man, this ain't like peanut butter and jelly.
There's a reason when we were in tech school, they were doing fucking alcohol checks at fucking tech school.
Bro, they were wild.
Really?
I don't understand. People were away from alcohol.
For 2 months.
What?
2 months.
For 2 months.
2 months.
2 months. And they were fiending.
Like, it was crazy.
Like they had an itch that they could not scratch, dude. It was ridiculous.
So every weekend, if you came in the fucking dorms after 9 p.m., you'd have to fucking take a field sobriety test.
It was bad. DUIs out the ass.
Oh my god. And don't even get me started on the underage airman issues. Oh. Underage airmen drinking?
Drinking. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, like 18 and 19-year-olds drinking.
We weren't talking about like 14-year-olds joining.
Yes, no, we weren't having that issue. Yet. Not yet, anyway.
Not yet.
No, we were having like 19-year-old and 20-year-old airmen drinking and getting all of us in trouble. And I'm like, I'm not hanging out with them. I didn't know. I just minded my own business.
It was dumb. You had people like sneaking out for no reason.
Yeah.
Like there was, it was not so serious that you had to sneak out of the dorms.
For real.
You gave it a week and you were allowed to go off base, or was it like
no? It was 3. Month? It was 3 because it was 3 weeks before you could wear civvies outside of your dorm room.
Okay.
And then after 3 weeks, you could wear regular clothes outside of your dorm room, and then you could go off base because you couldn't go off base in your uniform.
Yeah, that's what it was.
And then after 6 months, which only applied to us and one other tech school there.
Yeah.
After 6 months, you got a lot more freedom, a lot more. Like you didn't have to march anymore and stuff like that. But then they did away with that right before we got it. I was mad as fuck, bro.
I got it.
I know, you were the last class to get it. Because you were the class in front of mine, yeah.
We weren't the class that fucked up either.
No, it was the class before you that fucked up.
No, yeah, they told us, they're like, hey, you guys are the last ones.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, shit, okay.
But no, like, it was a problem. Our airmen were rough. I mean, we had that one on the second floor that was selling weed out of his dorm.
Not weed, at a military.
Yeah, he was selling weed.
And for this was the time before it was even more accepted just in America.
Yeah, this is before it was like okay in general in America. It's still not okay in the military.
Yeah, still not okay.
Like, dude, it was chaos. It was chaos at that base. It was like people went to basic training for 2 months and they've been institutionalized for 6 years or something. They come out hardened criminals. Like, and Brett and I are sitting here like, I just want to go play some fucking laser tag.
If you're playing your video games, other men are just drinking their rage off.
No, literally, he and I would just go play laser tag.
Yeah, like, there was a really cool laser tag joint there that we hit up.
We practically ran it.
That's true. It got to a point where we got so integrated with the family that owned the place that one, they'd give us like, we might pay for one game.
No.
And then not towards the end. Towards the end, they just let us.
Just walk in.
But like. Yeah, but like
we'd pay we'd pay walking in, and then we'd never pay.
Yeah, they just let us play like the whole day. They would have us run games.
They taught us how to run the equipment. One of my favorite moments. This is one of my favorites. Walked up, I was like, "Hey, can I get a blue Gatorade?" And they're like, "You know where the fuck they are?" And I'm like, "Oh, my bad."
Whoa.
Like,
okay.
Yeah.
Y'all regulars.
Right.
Y'all regulars.
There was a day like they were short staffed and we're just in there playing and they go in there, they're like, hey Daniel, can you teach them how to play? And then they grab me like, hey, can you run the register real quick? I'm just like,
we don't work here.
Are you serious?
They left.
The register?
They left.
Yeah, they just dipped.
We were the only two people in there other than the customers. I'm teaching people how to run the equipment. He's running the register. Like, we could have taken them for everything if we wanted to. We just didn't because we're not bad people. But it was. So
you guys ran that.
We did 100%. They taught us how to run the music system, which led to one of the absolute fucking funniest moments in history. Brett is ashamed as we speak. It is. So we burned our own CD with our own music on it to bring with us because it didn't have like an aux cord to plug into a phone. So we had to burn a CD off of like iTunes and stuff like that. And we burned our own CD with all of our own family-friendly music so that if people came in, we could still play our own CD.
There were two discs. There were two discs.
There was the us disc.
For us personally, yeah, for like
the after hours,
yeah,
after dark.
Like no one was in there.
and then there was the family-friendly. Right. And so we're playing the family-friendly disc. Brett is dying over here, for those of you not visually watching. And a wonderful little church group comes in.
No.
And we're like, all right, bet. Pop out the not friendly disc, put in the family friendly disc, we're good to go. They were real, what's the word I want to use? I don't want to say cocky about a church group. That doesn't feel right. Confident that they could take Brett and I. So it was Brett and I versus a team of like 10. And we were washing because we were nutty in this laser tag joint because it was like a maze. And the register for when you were getting shot was on the gun, so we could peek corners like nasty. That's not the point, though.
Duck and weave.
So we get hit with the Pokemon theme song.
We unnecessarily bully children.
Yeah, we did 100%. But we get hit with the Pokemon theme song, and we're jamming out. And it was so hype. And then
moment. Everyone's loving it.
And then the Offspring comes on. And we're jamming, and then all of a sudden, in the middle of a game against the church group, Brett and I meet in the middle, and all of a sudden you hear over the intercom, "Now dance, fucker, dance like you never had a chance." And Brett and I just look at each other like, "Oh shit, fuck it," man. And just started ripping again.
It was too late, right?
It was too late. It already played. But, what do you do?
And we talked about it afterwards, and
they were so upset.
But he described the moment perfectly because we just met in the middle.
We like branched off to like take out individuals, and we bumped into each other in the middle because we were like tactically individuals in this maze, and we literally just so happened to collide in the middle of the maze right as it went. Now dance, fucker, dance, and we just looked at each other like, oh shit.
Like a scene out of a movie, and you killed them all, didn't you?
Yeah, we just shrugged, like, what the fuck are we
What do we do now? And then we just continued to rip it.
This is the track.
It's over. It's already happened. They were so... Like, the teenagers didn't care, but the supervisors were not happy.
They were not. See,
the people working there found it hysterical.
Yeah, they found it hilarious. But there was a thought while we were going through. It was just like, maybe they didn't notice.
No, they did.
They definitely did.
They very much.
You saw their faces. There was recognition,
but it was priceless. I mean, just it's one of my favorite moments. That along with when the Navy Seabees came in and they were confident they could take out the 2 Air Force guys, and then we wrecked shop.
You guys beat up the Navy guys at laser tag?
Oh yeah, we did. It was ugly.
The age-old battle.
It was a 2v6, and we won, like, I think the final score was, like, 50 to, like, 8 or something. It was gross.
2v6?
Yeah.
You guys are crazy.
It was nasty. We were unnecessarily... The only person that could regularly kill us was Martinez, and that's because he was a damn ninja.
Freaking Martinez. I remember that guy.
He was a ninja.
He would walk
out of the shadows.
Teleporting. Yeah, he would just walk out of the shadows, shoot you,
and
turn around, and then just slowly sneak out. He wouldn't even look at you.
No.
He wouldn't acknowledge. It's like, hey,
that's great.
Like, we are friends. You just killed me. He wouldn't look me in the eye.
Nope.
He would
puke, and then he would
turn around.
And he would walk into a corner, and you'd go to follow him in the corner, and there'd be no one in the corner.
Over here disappearing.
Like, where did he go? It was frustrating. It was so frustrating. He's probably the only person that had a positive KD over us, because you could never kill him back.
It's true. It's true.
The spooky boy.
Anyway.
Oh, so this tattoo you got?
Yeah. So,
yes. Tattoo.
So I got my new tattoo. For the visual people, I'll show you. It is my tribal crow and butterfly, with the crow on the inside and the butterfly wings coming off of it. It's still in the scabbing and healing phase, but it's healing nicely. It's bigger than most of my tattoos, but it actually didn't cost too much, so I'm really happy with it. So
that's crazy. That ink looks deep too. Like, not like deep, but like it's very well colored in.
Very saturated, yeah.
Yeah.
So
were you going for that? Or did you ask for that specifically?
Yeah. So the actual center of the crow, it's hard to make out on camera here because my camera quality is not the best. But that is the logo for Shinedown, which was the inspiration for the tattoo because of the song "The Crow and the Butterfly." But once it finishes scabbing up and healing properly, I'll take a nice clean cut picture of it and I'll post it on the Beyond Us Twitter so that everybody that's listening and doesn't watch our videos on YouTube can see a picture of it. But I'm really happy with it. Yeah, it was. It took about 3 hours, but it was worth it. I'm happy with it for sure.
It looks pretty dope. Is there a meaning behind it, or you like the Shinedown?
Shinedown's my favorite band, and like I said before, when I was going through it, and I lost both my parents, and I was going through my divorce, music was really what kept me focused and kept me going. And one of the most beautiful songs that Shinedown's ever done is "The Crow and the Butterfly." It's just such a beautiful, beautiful song. If you've never heard "The Crow and the Butterfly," I encourage you to listen to it. It is absolutely phenomenal. And I wanted to get something.
If you haven't heard a Shinedown,
I
encourage you to be cultured.
For real, 100%. But but if you haven't heard "The Crow and the Butterfly," it's not like most of their music. They usually are hard rock, and "The Crow and the Butterfly" is much softer than their typical sound. I would encourage you. I was going to ask. It's much softer.
I'm gonna add that.
I would encourage everyone to listen to it. It's very beautiful. And it fit the aesthetic of my tribal animals that I'm going for on the sleeve, and I wanted to encapsulate that, so that's what I went for.
That's pretty dope, man.
So, and then the next tattoo will be probably on the other arm. I'm going to start on my Nordic sleeve.
Ooh, that's going to be exciting.
Yeah.
Nordic? Like all Nordic? The entire thing?
That's the plan, yeah.
That's
mostly.
Cool.
There'll be a little bit of hidden details within, little hidden features and stuff like that, but for the most part, it's going to be Nordic runes and things inspired by Nordic mythology, yeah.
Why is there a plague doctor mask hanging from your address?
I don't know.
Maybe.
I might incorporate a little plague doctor mask in there somewhere. But we'll see.
That'd be a bad idea.
But we'll see. So, I think we should just formally welcome back Salo after a week off without you. It was a nice little break, though. You can leave whenever you want.
Anytime.
The good news is, Salo, you didn't miss any questions. Nobody had any questions for us last week. And we made that abundantly clear. Amber, not asking any questions. To which she didn't appreciate us calling her out, Brett. Because she literally tweeted at us, and I am reading this word for word. Since y'all had to call me out for not asking something last time, angry face. Here is a question for next episode. If you had the power to time travel without any consequences, what would you do? You can't go back in time, Brett. It's too risky.
Okay. All right.
You can't. It's too risky for you.
Thanks for just ruling that out for me.
It's too risky!
Hey, if I want to do it, that's on me.
All right, Brett, where do you want to go? What time?
Not to the past, I can tell you that.
Okay.
All right, that's funny.
What would you do if you could time travel without consequences?
So, if I could, so I'd be going to the future, like we just discussed.
Realistically,
I don't
right.
think I would want to go far.
Okay.
The reason being is I can't remember the actual theory behind it, like the name, but there's a theory that the way we progress in technology could be our downfall as humanity.
Right.
Faster than everything that they've like concluded math wise, like, oh, this is when the planet's going to die.
The sun is going to die. Right.
We take ourselves out before then. So if I go too far into the future, I could be better off going to the past.
Be like in a nuclear desert if you go too far.
I could be somewhere I'd rather not be. So I'm thinking maybe if I could travel to the future, maybe go at most 60 years.
Okay.
And I don't know what I would necessarily do.
Right.
Like, I feel like knowing the future, like, it might sound nice and I know what's going to happen. I can make bets and try to make a bunch of money and shit like that. But you actively knowing the future, depending on...
Could change it.
It could change it, yes.
Sure. However, I think that's part of the no consequences part.
Oh, is that... Okay.
I
guess, yeah.
I don't know, though.
I mean, I guess we could decide for the question, are we just, like, seeing the future, or are we actively, like...
Are we involved in history?
I think you're there.
Affecting, like, are we there?
I think you're time traveling. You're not...
Okay.
You're not pocket dimensioning.
Glimpsing it, yeah. Okay.
You're time traveling. You're not clairvoyanting.
Yeah, I'd say somewhere between 30 and 60 years.
Okay.
And I would... I'd just explore a little bit, see what the world's like.
Right.
I would access a computer. I should still be somewhat familiar with how to do that, I imagine. They're not going to change it that much, hopefully.
Well, let's look at computers 20 years ago.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying, hopefully. And I would try to just get little tidbits about what would happen up until that point. Enough to maybe make a few bets. maybe I just kind of get an idea of like what the president situation's going to be like over the next several years.
So you know if you should stay or should I go?
Yeah, you know, something like that. Like maybe I go to a different country because they were better off, you know.
No, I totally get that. Effect. So my initial thought was similar in the vein of betting, but my initial thought was be smart about it so that I don't raise suspicion. Mm-hmm. Look at the next 10 years worth of Super Bowls and find the best betting odd in those 10 years. And let's say it's 8 years from now is the best money I could make on betting. For the next 7 years, I bet wrong intentionally. That way I build a history of making bad bets. That way when I make a good one, it was just by dumb luck. Mm-hmm. That way I don't raise suspicion and make 8 good bets in a row, because that raises unnecessary suspicion on me.
They ban you and stuff.
Exactly. So then I win big like that. Part of me thought that, but then the other part of me thought... I would like to travel far enough where I could find the cure for things. The cure for cancer, the cure for MS, the cure for autism, the cure for things like that. And figure them out so that I could bring back that, for lack of a better term, recipe to this time and cure them now. Not for profit, but for people.
So I would think that doing something like that, although this is a situation of like no consequences, right? Like you're not impacting the future necessarily just by being there. But that coming back with that knowledge,
I think it only
could
it definitely changes the future. But I think it changes it for the better at that point.
Yeah.
It might not.
But your life might be a living hell afterwards.
It might be, but it would be worth it. Think about all the people whose lives you would save.
Now, here's something else. You go into the future, you find the cure for cancer. Right? Okay. Let's just go with cancer for now.
Sure.
You come back with the cure for cancer. Like, with the recipe.
Right,
exactly what you need to do. You logically go to the right people, right? Like you want to put this in the hands of somebody that's going to be able to do something with it.
Right.
They already know the cure for cancer.
Ugh, yeah. I'm going to be real.
You're a liability.
I'm going to be real. I fear that's a thing.
And now they try to kill you because you know, and you know they know, you know they know you know.
Yeah, because if you start spreading this to people, like, you accidentally give this to somebody that is going to do something with it, I mean, now they're missing out on a shit ton of money in, like, cancer treatments that they've been making.
I'm going to be real. I fear that's a real thing. Like, part of me genuinely fears that there is a cure for cancer, and there is a cure for AIDS, and there is a cure for all of these debilitating things, and they just don't want to cure it because it's more financially beneficial to treat it than to cure it.
I think that could happen. It's a reality, but that would also mean that there's like in my understanding of that, there'd have to be a really like elite group of people who figured it out, because like science is so accessible, knowledge is so accessible now. It must be really hard to find the answer, but I agree. Like, what if someone does and just doesn't?
Well, doesn't say anything. Well, I'm just thinking like Magic Johnson had AIDS and then just didn't. Like,
I don't know enough about that, but he survived. He's a survivor.
Like, man had AIDS and then all of a sudden was just fine. Like, that just went away. That's not how AIDS works. I've watched enough Rent to know that's not how AIDS works.
I mean, so you got me thinking when you said like there's like that like secret group, right? It's like a secret society, right? That does technically exist.
The Illuminati.
No. So,
well,
I'm not going to say whether or not that exists. That's a whole different conversation.
Yeah.
But there is a legit secret society called the Bohemian Club.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Presidents, like famous actors, doctors, artists, musicians, all male.
Yeah, it's almost like a secret fraternity.
Yeah, kind of like that. But they gather in. What makes it so weird? Like they'll gather and they'll like dress up in like red hoods and.
It's like the Court of Owls.
Yeah, it's kind of like the Court of Owls, but isn't an owl their?
I think so.
Their mascot.
I think
they.
So.
Yeah, I think
it's on their insignia.
Oh my god! It is the Court of Owls.
But they'll go out into the woods, like the redwoods, and they'll just gather. Like they'll just sit there. They'll talk. It's supposed to be a place of like no business, but I mean,
business happens. I know.
Yeah.
It's business as usual.
It's and one of the things they're known for is burning a effigy. When someone like stumbled upon it and they were like watching, people thought they were actually like burning people. But it has since been proven that they're not. They're just burning effigy of a person.
Still weird.
It's still very odd. But yeah, it's been going on for a long time. Real long time. It was initially created by a bunch of I think artists and musicians. It was supposed to be like a secret art society.
Right. It has since expanded.
And it was just it was just supposed to be designed to discuss and appreciate art and nature and stuff like that.
Right.
But over time,
things always evolve, right?
Become something else. Yeah.
Back to the
club of theoretical elites does exist,
and there's no reason more than one.
What I was getting to that. Yeah.
Back to the original question, though, Salo. What would you do if you could time travel?
So, I wouldn't just pick one spot. I would want to meet, I'd want to meet the historical greats of the world. I'd want to speak with Alexander the Great. I'd like to meet Socrates. I'd like to say hello to my dude over there. What's his face? Freaking Genghis Khan. I'd like to just go to different times.
Time out. First question. The dude over there, what's his face?
Genghis Khan.
Were you coming up with the name Genghis Khan?
No.
Oh, that was someone else?
You don't know who that is. That's a whole different individual. That one dude. All right, one homie.
That dude over there, what's his
barge.
face?
Yeah, what's his face? That guy. And by the way, a dude that will most definitely kill me in Genghis Khan.
100% murder.
Absolutely murder you.
100%.
No consequences, my dudes. No consequences at all. I'll be fine.
Let me put it this way.
That's not a consequence. That's a promise.
No. So Genghis Khan. Have you heard where Genghis Khan is buried?
No.
Everywhere.
Nobody has.
No one knows. And there's a reason no one knows.
It's because he's still alive.
Dun dun.
When he died, he had God,
that'd be terrifying.
His family members, his close entourage, right? They were with him. They brought him to his burial site. They gave their rights, stuff like that. And then when they were leaving this undisclosed location, he had people kill them. Every single one of them. He gave orders for every single one of them to be killed. And then those guys, for all of them to be killed. So literally no one knows where this man's body is.
I know. I'm very aware of the story.
You disappoint me entering the podcast, and you think you're going to have a successful conversation with Genghis Khan?
Yes, absolutely. He was a lot more open-minded than you are right now. So I feel like me and him, we'd have a really good conversation. We'd just be chilling out, talking about conquest.
The only thing open-minded about him is when he
opens your mind,
cracking your skull.
My dude, me and Genghis, we would chill.
He would stir your brain like soup, and he'd use your finger as a spoon.
And I'd snap my fingers and go to a different time just before he kills me. Your rules, not mine. Time to go see Julius fucking Caesar.
Also
When
would
did
kill
you
you.
get that in the prompt.
Also
When-
would
stab,
kill
stab.
you. Also would kill you. I want to establish that. Also would kill you. I just want to establish you are going from one killer to another. You might as well go visit Michael Myers next. You like?
Fine, I'll go chill with the Buddha. How about that? We're just gonna be chilling under a tree or some
You
shit.
kind of look like him, I guess.
I fit in. Just need some orange robes. But yeah, I'd like to meet like historical, not necessarily.
So I
Genghis.
respect wanting to meet historical people. I would suggest staying away from the Hitlers of the society.
He's just such an enigma to me. I've read so many books about
Genghis Khan?
and yeah. Like he was one of the few leaders in history that actually, whenever he would take an army, he would make those people who were normally enslaved in other factions of war and stuff like that. He made them generals, commanders, based on their expertise, not based off of them being Mongolian.
Hey, yo.
He had
you know who else did that? You know who else did that, Salo?
No.
Daenerys Targaryen.
Oh, yeah, I do know then. Yeah. You're right.
You know what that bitch did? She murdered everyone for no goddamn reason. That bitch was crazy.
By the way,
So
Genghis Khan isn't the only like warlord, so to speak, that did that throughout history. Like that was
But he did it at scale. He did it
He did
like,
it on a grand scale.
Yeah, he did.
on the whole world. You know?
Right, which makes it even worse for you. Because you know what you aren't? You ain't a general, homie.
But I'm a magic man from the future who can teach you how not to die from your wounds by washing your fucking hands. So yes, he will keep his shaman friend around.
I think he would kill you.
Ooh.
I think you would scare him and he would kill you.
He would be scared, but he would use me, as he has done.
Salo.
Here's what would happen. Here's what would happen.
Genghis Khan is my homie no matter what universe you throw me into.
I'm gonna tell you what would go down.
I don't want to hear it.
Slip the fuck up, and he would say that Genghis Khan dies.
That part.
But he would be at a point in Genghis Khan's life where Genghis Khan
Don't
would
want
not
to
die, and he would kill you.
That's fair.
All right, there are also two other problems. And these are, I think, two major problems we are overlooking here. One, it was only 200 years ago that bitches were drowned because people thought they were witches. And if they did drown, they were human. If they didn't drown, they were a witch. You want to go back several hundred years before that and be a magic man from the future and not expect to be burned alive? Okay, fine.
I'll take the risk. I'll take the risk.
Depending on where you go, that would be much more successful.
We got one other problem, and I think this one's much more important. Hey, Salo, at what point during time travel did you learn how to speak Mongolian?
I just assumed we'd be able to go to any time and like be able just to be like, hey, I'm speaking
English. To speak English!
But to them, I'm speaking their language.
Nah, homie, you speak English. This isn't... No! You don't have a magic Scooby-Doo collar!
So this vastly limits what I've wanted to do then, because then I'm not going to really be able to go anywhere.
Salo, do you remember what the prompt was?
Time travel! That's it! Time travel! There is no magical language barrier. You do not have Atlantean magic.
So I changed my answer to anywhere in North America or South America while they learned English.
All right, so you want to go to the United States or Mexico. Got it. Moving
anywhere
on.
Else. my dude Genghis, I'll meet you one day. It's okay.
We're going to move on.
They don't have to know.
All right, so Murphy's Lawless asked us, you guys have talked about Eminem before. This is a tough question, Murphy. I'm going to be real with you. This is a tough question. And I don't know if you're going to get a real answer here. But we'll try, I guess. You guys have talked about Eminem before. What do each of you think are his top 3 or top 5 tracks?
Can't answer that question.
That's so impossible.
I can't answer that question.
So,
I mean, if I had to answer, if you had to answer his top 3 tracks, how do you answer that? I mean, He's just so different every time. I mean, top 3 culturally, if you top 3 lyrically.
If you were to ask me, like, hey, give me the top 3 of a specific album. Maybe I can answer. Maybe I can answer that question. Maybe.
Hey,
depending on the
Brett.
album, maybe not.
Hey, Brett. I want you to give me the top 3 of the Eminem's Curtain Call Greatest Hits. No, I'm not doing that.
That's not fair. That's
an album.
It's not fair.
That's not fair.
How you gonna do that?
Just to be a dick.
All right, so here's the answer. Here's my answer to that question. Eminem does not have a top 3 best songs. He doesn't. Eminem has a large catalog of music that affects each and every individual that listens to his music differently.
Kind of like Mozart.
His songs reach you in different ways that you cannot put them necessarily on the same pedestals.
Like Tupac.
Some you can compare because they are of the same vein and the same mindset, the same feel. But overall, you can't.
Here's what I'm going to do for you, Murphy. I'm going to answer this question the best way I can for you. I'm going to break Eminem into a few different categories and give you my personal favorite from those sub-Eminem genres. That's the best I can do for you. That doesn't mean they're his top tracks. And that doesn't mean that they're better than tracks in the other genres.
Your favorite Eminem song could be one of his worst tracks. Songs.
Now, I can tell you Eminem's worst album. That I can tell you.
Is it Relapse?
It's Relapse.
I knew it.
I can tell you Eminem's worst album is Relapse. That I can say.
And what's crazy is there's
still some bangers.
Songs on his
There's still some bangers.
There's some bangers on there. I like the Relapse.
In my personal opinion, here, let's go category by category and just get your personal favorite. That's the best we can do for Murphy here. Emotional song, not hyped, not like a banger that you're jumping to or partying to. Emotional song. I'm gonna go with When I'm Gone. But it was tough for me to not pick Beautiful. It was also tough for me to not pick Stepping Stones. But I'm going to go with When I'm Gone.
Oh, that's tough.
The most emotional?
Most emotional. What song from Eminem gets you the most in your feels?
Probably something on the Recovery.
That's fair. Recovery was a really, really good album.
Like going through changes makes me feel a certain kind of way.
Yeah.
I'm going through changes. That one's mine.
I'd have to really think about it. Like, having listened to so many songs now. I did have an answer, like, back in middle school, though.
Okay.
And that was Spacebound.
Spacebound's another great one. See, this is why this is such an impossible question to answer, Murphy.
There's like 7.
Yeah. This is impossible.
It's too much. But
what's your favorite OG song?
I can say
favorite OG song that I can answer. Favorite OG Eminem song is Cleaning Out My Closet.
Yes. Yo.
That's my favorite OG Eminem song. That was the first Eminem song I learned every word to.
That was my childhood, yo.
That was my childhood Eminem song.
Yep.
Now,
I fuck with that.
Now that I've grown and I've gone back and listened to OG Eminem, I've grown my repertoire. There are other OG songs I probably like more than that, but in my OG days, listening to OG Eminem, Cleaning Out My Closet thoroughly.
For me, it was
go ahead.
Like a toy soldier.
Toy Soldier's great.
That one.
Legendary.
That's my childhood. That's the sound of my childhood.
As real close, I was going to say Soldier.
Also legendary.
Soldier.
Yes.
Also legendary.
Soldiers just.
Hey,
oh, man.
real talk. One that's
great.
mad slept on that nobody talks about. Oh God, I can't think of the name. Consequences. What's the name of that track?
Conscience? No.
Guilty Conscience.
Yeah.
Guilty Conscience. Okay.
That's a great track that nobody talks about. And old tracks that people still don't talk about. Superman.
Without Me. That one was a good one.
Without
Me.
Without Me's dope. But I do love Superman. Superman's dope.
I love me some Square Dance.
And we don't even talk about like D12. My Band is one of the funniest tracks he's ever done. Hey, Stan.
Purple Pills.
Stan.
Purple Pills.
We gonna sleep on Stan?
We can't sleep on Stan. That's just implied. Look,
Murphy,
we can't even.
Now
this is tough. And then
his
last two albums.
Here's a question.
Double bangers.
Oh,
double bangers. Godzilla was fire as fuck. Fuck.
Definitely cannot answer the question for his latest music.
No, it's too fire.
There's
most emotional song on the last two albums was Stepping Stone. That I can do for you. I really fuck
with Higher. Higher from Eminem, the last album.
Yeah, Higher's pretty good.
Oh, Lucky You that he did with Joyner. That shit was saucy. Shit was saucy. That track he did with Logic, Homicide. That shit was saucy.
Mm-hmm.
It's impossible, Murphy. I'm sorry. We wanted to answer this, but it's just not possible. I'm so sorry. We could do an entire hour and a half about Eminem. Easily. We could have an entire episode about Eminem.
There's so many songs.
There's just too much. I'm sorry. But, Murphy, you did ask another question, and I think we can move on to your other question and have better chance answering that. At least I can. I don't know about these two. I know I can answer your other question. I don't know about them. Shall we move on, gentlemen?
Two trailer park girls go around the outside.
Around the outside. Murphy's other question was...
Fastlane. God damn. So good. Bad Meets Evil? Come on.
Oh my God, Bad Meets Evil was also saucy.
You got them started. They can't stop.
Oh my God, bro. Bad lane? I'm in the fast lane? All right, Murphy, your other question is much more answerable for me. What do you think is the best wrestling promo ever? For me, it's CM Punk's Pipe Bomb. Now, I don't know about either of you how much, Salo, you've ever been into wrestling. Brett, I know you've been out of wrestling for a while.
I've been out of it for a while.
Other than touching
I used to be a WWE kid.
I'm sorry, what?
I used to be a WWE kid.
Okay.
Yeah. So, like, anytime, like, The Undertaker, and I don't know if he's talking about an event or a specific move, but I'm assuming an event.
A
like
promo.
A
talking thing.
Yeah,
like a specific promo.
When the wrestler is trying to hype up a match, basically.
Murphy, you mentioned CM Punk's Pipe Bomb, so that tells me you're asking specific moment. Because if you were asking specific wrestler, I think the best promo person has got to be The Rock.
Yeah.
Best promo ever would probably be when Stone Cold Steve Austin did the Austin 316 for the first time. But my favorite promo... Oh, you guys are going to love this. This is great. It's called the Steiner Math promo. It's one of my favorite things. So you've heard of Scott Steiner, right? You've heard the name?
The name sounds familiar.
So Scott Steiner was a wrestler back in the 90s and then in the 2000s, and he started off looking kind of normal, and then he just got weird. He started wearing a chainmail coif to the ring, and he was just unnecessarily jacked. He started calling himself the Genetic Freak and the Genetic Jackhammer. He was unnecessarily ripped, but he's never been the brightest. And I'm going to read you this promo. It's the greatest promo ever. So this is in TNA. He was getting ready to have a triple threat match against AJ Styles and Samoa Joe.
Can you act it out too?
I can't. I'll try. But I can't. I'm going to laugh too much.
Do it. Do it.
I can't.
Do it.
I can't. I'm going to laugh too much. Just listen. I can't, because you guys are going to start laughing and it's going to fuck me up. You're going to start laughing, because listen, ready? It was when he was setting up for a triple threat match against or Kurt Angle and Samoa Joe. That's who he was prepping for a triple threat match with. And he was like, they say all men are created equal. But you look at me and you look at Samoa Joe and you can see that statement's not true. You see, normally, if you go one-on-one with another wrestler, you got a 50-50 chance of winning. But I'm a genetic freak and I'm not normal. So you got a 25%. At best at beating me. Then you add Kurt Angle to the mix, your chances of winning go drastically down. See, the three-way at Sacrifice, you got a 33 1/3 chance of winning, but I got a 66 2/3% chance of winning because Kurt Angle knows he can't beat me, and he's not even going to try. So Samoa Joe, you take your 33 1/3 chance minus my 25% chance, you got an 8 1/3 chance of winning a Sacrifice. But then you take my 75% chance of winning if we was to go one-on-one, and you add my 66 2/3%, and I got a 141 2/3% chance of winning a Sacrifice. You see, Joe, the numbers don't lie, and they spell disaster for you at Sacrifice. It's the most ridiculous.
What? I think I just failed math.
I swear to God. He just goes into like how Kurt Angle's not going to try to win. So that means he's got 2/3 a chance of winning. But in a normal one-on-one match, he's got a 75% chance of winning because he's a genetic freak. So if you combine his 75% chance with his 66 and a third percent, that means he's got a 141% chance of winning. And you've only got 8%. Because if you take your 33 and you subtract the 25, and I'm like, where's this math coming from? It's the greatest promo ever.
Listeners of Beyond This, I would like to apologize
for
the rapid decrease in your brain cells. I was not aware that this is where this cast was going.
It's the greatest promo ever.
I honestly didn't know that we could have this effect on you as the viewer.
It's like the Isles and Isles conversation.
Just honestly, as a precaution.
I would recommend seeking counseling. And honestly, you might want a math tutor. Not to say that you are going to need to use math for anything in your near future, but for your sanity, you might want somebody of a much higher intellect.
Please.
Hey, yo, but real talk, everybody listening,
that
when you're done watching this episode, you should go on YouTube and look up Steiner math promo and watch a real Jack man yell that with real passion, not laughing. Because right now, you just listen to a very out-of-shape fat man laugh his way through it. You should watch a shredded, trying to be intimidating man yell that promo. It is fucking priceless.
Everybody, please sign up for some high school level algebra. Please. Please, please, please.
Oh, it's so good.
Because I just got a little bit dumber.
Oh, yeah, you did. It's the greatest promo ever. So, Murphy, the true greatest promo ever, I would say, is probably Austin 316. But the Steiner math promo is my favorite promo of all time. And real quick, before we move on from the world of wrestling, I don't know if either of you heard, but Vince McMahon is stepping down as the CEO of WWE.
What?
Yep.
Who's stepping up?
Stephanie McMahon.
Stephanie?
He is stepping down because he is being investigated after allegations of a affair that he paid $3 million of corporate money to keep quiet.
Interesting.
Yeah.
He made someone a millionaire because he couldn't keep it in his pants.
Yeah. Well, not because he couldn't keep it in his pants, because he didn't want them to say that he couldn't keep it in his pants. We already knew he couldn't keep it in his pants. Have you ever watched wrestling?
Yeah,
Like, Vince McMahon is one of the horniest people on the planet.
And racist.
Racist, man.
Would you like to tell the people why, Brett?
Tell us why, Brett.
Because I can't
break
say
it down.
I can't
break
say
it down
Brett.
for us. Break it down.
So, I didn't even know about this. He put me on to this.
You're welcome.
Apparently, there. Oh, what was it? What was it? Was it even a promotion, or was it just a conversation?
It was just a conversation in the back with John Cena.
It was just
he just walked up to John
Cena.
Cena.
John Cena. This was like
Daps
the
him
hip
up.
hop John Cena. Yeah. And after a very brief, awkward conversation, because Mcmahon was trying to be hit,
Told him to keep it up.
He says, he's like, keep it up, man, nigga. And the look John Cena gave him in confusion, and then the camera pans over
as Vince McMahon's power walking away.
Yeah. Pans over to Booker T, and there was a mix of rage and confusion. Rage, clearly why there was rage. The confusion is, do you hit the man that pays you millions of dollars in the face?
Hey, he just tell me he didn't just say that.
Yeah.
Poor Booker T. He was on the end of the most racism, bro.
It was bad.
I put Brett onto all the racism that Booker T dealt with in 2003 and 2004, bro.
The horrible Triple H racist promo.
The most racist promo
God.
ever. And when
Booker T's like, yo, what the fuck?
And when he got super kicked out of the NWO by Shawn Michaels, I realized we aren't the problem. I was like, you're the problem, and I'm like, oh my god.
The only black guy in the whole group. There was like 6 or 7 people in that ring.
He just points at the guy on the ground.
Only black guy.
You're the problem, and I'm like, oh my god.
It was not a good
that
look.
Triple H promo was super racist.
And
then they didn't even let Booker win.
I kind of feel bad that like Triple H had to do that promo, because I don't think
he is.
Triple H is racist.
I don't think he is either.
I don't think he's racist.
No.
It doesn't give me that impression.
No, me neither. But he cut that promo really well.
Yeah.
Really well.
Good old boy.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. Good job, Clive.
Oh, shit.
Good job, Paul. You did great. I always forget that's his real name.
So from my limited WWE experience, I'd say the most enjoyable promotion I saw was between The Rock and John Cena.
Yeah.
I thought that was
good.
pretty enjoyable.
Yeah. The Rock's always been a great promo.
Yeah.
He's always been great.
John Cena has a pretty decent way of like getting the crowd hyped, good and bad.
Yeah, he knows how to get a reaction.
Yeah. Now, unless Salo, you have a comment on this one.
Nope.
I do have a transition from John Cena to a question I have to propose to you, gentlemen.
Okay.
I know you saw it, but Salo, did you see Pacemaker? I forgot if we had this
Yes,
conversation.
you recommended it to me. I love it.
Yeah. So, who wins? Peacemaker or the Punisher?
Punisher.
I just love me some John Cena.
Punisher.
Can you not say it like that? Why the Punisher?
He's technically a good guy.
So do you just want the good guy to win?
No, he does win.
He's never lost?
It's comic rules. If you have a good guy and a bad guy that are the same thing, the good guy wins.
Yeah.
So I'm going with the good guy.
It's generally what would happen.
So
now, if you ignore that, if you're just going by like from what we've seen skill wise,
I still say Punisher because he has a better arsenal.
Okay.
He has more training. He has military combatant training. He's not an idiot. Peacemaker's an idiot. Peacemaker's a fucking moron.
It's pretty dumb.
He's just got plot armor. But if you put plot armor against plot armor, one of them has to be better, and you pick the one with the better character development. That's Punisher.
There you go. Character development. I think I understand. Yeah, definitely Punisher. More character development, way more intelligent.
Like, Peacemaker's dumber than a bag of rocks.
Bag of rocks.
Unbelievable.
So, what are you doing?
I'm not sure.
What are you doing?
I'm not sure. What's your answer, Brett? Answer. Tell us.
No, I would definitely go with the Punisher. Yeah, no. Just a more skilled combatant.
Why does Salo look like a mob boss that's disappointed?
In himself.
Because he lost all his money.
Yeah, he tried to pay Genghis Khan to stay with him for a little bit.
Look, my dude Genghis is a chill dude.
Moving on. We got one more question.
Palms
Amber had one more question for us.
Knees weak.
With the upcoming Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, do you expect to see any new Eeveelutions? What do you think they will be, and what do you hope they will be? You think it'll be, or you hope it'll be?
Both.
Okay. I do not think we'll get a dragon one, but I would like to see that. All right, so hold on. Let me think. We already have fire, water, electric, grass, psychic, dark, fairy, ice. So we still need ground, rock, ghost. Oh, a ghost one would be cool.
That's my answer. A ghost boy would be cool. Ghost evolution.
Boudrian.
Yo, it's just like a dead Eevee.
Stop that.
Boudrian.
Stop that.
The ghost Eevee. It's just a translucent.
Stop it.
No!
Stop it. A ghostly tendril at the bottom.
Stop it! What else is there? So there's ground, rock, ghost, dragon, flying, bug, poison.
I wouldn't like to see a bug one. I would not. Or a rock. Absolutely.
I'd like to see a rock one.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, you could have a pet rock.
A pet rock? Excuse me?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'd definitely go for ghost, but I definitely don't want it to be a translucent dead Eevee. I think that ruins it for me.
Are we missing any other types? Trying to think.
I don't know, man. I don't know what the.
Well, then what fucking good are you?
I didn't ask you to repeat the question.
You're so useless.
You're welcome.
Ugh, God. Why do we keep you around?
He brings that creepy doll around in the background.
It's not for the ratings.
Ratings.
Exactly.
Ratings?
Oh, Steel. Steel's one. Fighting.
Fighting type. Hitmon Eevee.
I suppose, like, it could be more so phrased, what should be one? Because I don't know if all those should be.
I mean, I think there should eventually be one for everything.
Because there's Eevees everywhere.
I think there should eventually be an Eevee of every type. An evolution of every type. And then once there's an evolution of every type, then you get the secret evolution where it just evolves into, like, the better Eevee. Where it's just a normal type Pokemon that can learn any attack.
Interesting.
There's an Eevee god.
It's like the Ditto of Eevees.
An Eevee legendary. Legendary Eevee.
I'd be down for that.
Legendary Eevee. It's like each leg is a different part of the fucking fire Eevee. Yeah.
Stop that.
Yeah.
What's wrong
Yes.
with you?
No.
Yes.
All right,
so want a Megazord Eevee.
All right, so we got fire, water, grass, electric, ice, psychic, and dark, and fairy. So we're missing fighting, poison, ground, flying, bug, rock, ghost, dragon, and steel. Dragon would be cool. Ghost would be cool. Rock would be cool. Steel would be cool.
Would be cool.
Flying would be cool.
Not rock.
I wonder if if they made a dragon type, if they would just add flying to it.
Maybe. That's the other thing. You could just combine a few. You could make like rock, ground. Rock and ground, flying and dragon.
Ghost dragon.
Steel
and fighting.
Fighting. Yeah.
Ghost and steel.
Poison and bug.
Bug and ghost.
I'd say poison and ghost.
I'd say poison.
That's too powerful. That's way too powerful.
And it's
that's way too overpowered. If you have a ghost type, they're immune to most attack types. Then you give them poison, that's way too strong. No, that's too overpowered. Poison bug. We do not need a dead Eevee that can poison people. No.
Imagine.
It's already poisoned my dreams. That's the last thing we need.
Oh no, not the dreams.
Speaking of video games, did you guys hear that Miss Pac-Man was inducted into the Video Game Hall of Fame?
Really? It wasn't already in there?
Nope.
It's just such a legendary game. You'd think they'd already have that.
Is Pac-Man art?
Yes.
Ah. Interesting. So have any of you guys seen any recent movies?
I saw the new Jurassic World.
Did you like it?
I
watched it too.
It was fine.
It was alright. It was a little too long.
It was way too long.
Thank you.
I haven't seen it.
It's too long. You could have cut an easy half an hour to 45 minutes out of it.
Definitely a 5 out of 10 for me. I wasn't feeling it.
I'll give it a 6. 6.5. It doesn't make sense. I'm not quite sure how 50 dinosaurs got out at the end of the last movie and now dinosaurs are completely roaming the world.
The entire world. The entire world. No spoilers. The entire world.
I'm not really sure how that works.
So it's not like they're attacking the world. They already have control.
They're in the world. They're just out having fun, doing their thing.
Like 50 dinosaurs escape, right? It's not even a movie about tracking those 50 dinosaurs. They're already populated, and they traveled the entire world, and now the whole ecosystem of humanity's there.
And without spoiling anything about this movie, you would assume based on the end of the last movie, and if you haven't seen the last movie, then you're shit out of luck because it's been years. The last movie came out before COVID.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah. So at the end of the last movie, roughly 50 dinosaurs escaped from captivity into the regular world. You would assume this movie would be about tracking them down. Or, at the very least, would be about being in the regular world. Nope. Most of this movie takes place in another park. It takes place in another captivity.
Why is there another park?
It's the new place that we're taking things when we capture them.
Like Pokemon. They stole the concept
of Pokemon. It's like the Savari Zone.
Exactly. It's like you think they'd discuss the philosophical aspects or the issues you deal when there's a meshment of society from the dinosaurs and the humans code. No, they don't even touch the societal ramifications of having a pterodactyl.
They do for 3 minutes.
Roof. 3 minutes. They mentioned nests on a big building, and that's it.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. We literally get a 3-minute newsreel about how dinosaurs are roaming the world, and then we just don't care anymore for the rest of the movie. Until the end of the movie, and then we care about the fact that there are dinosaurs again, and then we don't care anymore because the movie's over.
Wait, what was the movie about then?
The park, Safari.
just maintaining.
No, I can't really say
without spoiling.
Without spoiling things, yeah.
We'll tell you after the recording.
Yes, I can. I can tell you this without spoiling anything because this is the premise of the movie that you can get from the trailer. The enemy of this movie is not dinosaurs; it is locusts.
There you go.
It is locusts infused with dinosaur DNA that are eating all of the crops.
Dinosaur locusts, not even dinosaurs.
They're the problem, so we need to figure out why they're doing what they're doing.
We're not going to die because of dinosaurs.
Some people are trying to do that, and some people are trying to unkidnap a kidnapped thing. Kidnapped. By kidnapping them back from the kidnapper who kidnapped the kidnapper kidnapped.
It's like some kidnapping on kidnapping violence that happens.
All right, so outside of the kidnap inception, no,
that's the movie.
That's it. So you get
kidnapping and locusts. Kidnapping and locusts. That's the movie. And Freddy Krueger the dinosaur.
I'm not gonna touch on that.
I love that guy. I love that dino. Favorite dino.
Why are there locusts infused with dino DNA?
So that they can eat the crops.
And no more spoilers. No, can't give it out. Can't tell you why. Can't tell you why. You'll figure it out.
Oh no! That's it! There's no reason! This movie doesn't make sense.
I'm gonna have to see this.
You don't.
He needs to suffer like we suffered. He needs to suffer like
yes, you do,
suffered.
But you can wait 6 weeks until it's on demand for free. I promise. Brett, wait 30 minutes and I'll tell you the whole fucking plot. I promise it'll only take me 35 seconds longer than what I just told you.
It's dead.
In other news, I did watch another movie.
Which one?
Bob's Burgers, the movie, in theaters.
Yeah, I don't care.
7 solos out of 10. All I'm saying, beats Jurassic Park. That's all I got. Oh well.
I don't like the show.
Haters gonna hate.
So like 10 solos out of 10. That's still only equivalent to like half a star, right?
Half a Brett point. Yes, I'm working my way up, and like not even a quarter of a Daniel point. I can't even get close to that. But we're getting there. We're getting there.
So half a Brett point's a quarter of a Daniel point.
But if you take a quarter and you divide by 2,
here we go with Steiner math. We're getting back to the Steiner 55.
Math. That's basically 157% fractional divided by 2.
Brett, I'm going to have to show you that promo. It's fucking great.
Oh, God. Okay.
Anyway.
Well, I got something you guys might not know about.
All right.
Have you guys heard of Dog Suicide Bridge?
No. Is it a bridge where dogs kill themselves? Answer me that. Riddle me that.
What?
What? Dog Suicide Bridge. No?
Nope.
One more time.
Dog Suicide Bridge. Also known as the Overtoon Bridge.
That's not a fucking thing.
Yes.
You made that up.
Yes, it is.
He's a liar.
No, I didn't. It is a bridge in Scotland. And it's not made up. A bunch of news articles about it. The New York Times posted about it. So, give you a little background on what I'm talking about.
Hold on. I don't mean to cut you off, but I went to Google Dog Suicide Bridge, and the first thing that pops up is Dog Suicide Squad. What?
I don't want to know.
I need to. Go ahead, continue.
Oh my gosh. That's hilarious.
Oh,
it's just a picture of Weasel.
Going
in a little doggy.
Don't stop it. Put your phone down. Ain't nobody want to see that.
It's just a picture of Weasel. That's all that happens when you Google dog suicide squad.
Okay. All right.
He's a weasel. He's not even a dog.
You good over there?
I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm just disappointed.
0 out of 10.
I really wanted to watch this movie, but now I'm just sad.
Okay. So, over the years, people walk across this bridge. A lot of people walk across this bridge.
Right. As most bridges.
And as
bridges were intended to be done.
Yes. So people take their dogs across this bridge, and about halfway through, the dog would just freeze. No apparent reason, the dog would freeze, and then out of nowhere, leap right off the edge.
Whoa! Doggy boy gone?
Just in instant, intense impulse, leaps right off the bridge. This has been a phenomenon going on since the 1950s. An estimated over 600 dogs have jumped off of this bridge.
That's not normal.
I think their bridge is broken.
I think that bridge needs to stop having fucking dogs on it.
This man said, I think the bridge is broken.
It's out of order. Put an out of order sign on it. Wet floor. Wet floor. Mr. Walkway. Mr. Walk down me, I'm a walkway. Lead me to the building. Fuck you.
It does lead to a giant building called the Overtomb.
No way. No way.
The Overtomb
Get
house.
real. Get real.
So yeah, this has been going on for.
It sounds to me like people should stop taking their fucking dogs on this bridge.
Do they leap over?
That was my first thought. When I was first looking at this, I was like, "Why are you walking your dog?"
Sounds to me like I would never take my dog on this bridge.
Suicide bridge.
Do they go into the water, or where do they go into?
Oh, I just looked it up. There ain't no water.
Yeah, there's no water.
It's just rocks. Bridge, it's 50 feet to rocks.
It's a gorge. Yeah, it's a gorge.
What the?
It is death at the bottom of that.
Yeah. And it's just a stone bridge that goes across. It's not the longest bridge.
But it's like, a 50-foot drop directly to rocks. Yeah. I just looked it up.
What the heck?
So, this begged the question, why are dogs committing suicide?
No, it begs the question, why are owners still taking their dogs on that bridge?
Look, that was my first
That's
question.
my first question.
That's not the question people are trying to answer.
That is the most important question.
So
you know what the magical thing about that question is? If we answer that question, we don't have to ask the other question anymore. Right? I'm just saying.
No, you're not wrong. I don't know why people keep.
I would never take my dog on that bridge.
Doesn't make any sense.
Would you take your dog on that bridge?
If you look at the map, like it's in the middle of nowhere. It's just like one little strip. It's just like one little strip.
Now here's a question. Yeah. Now I'm not saying we do this before anybody comes for my throat. I'm not saying we do this. But for science purposes, I'm curious what would happen if you took like a cat on the bridge. I'm not saying we do it by any means. I would not test this theory. But I am just curious.
There are plenty of dogs that make it across this bridge with no issues.
Those are the strong-willed ones.
Don't you dare. So, now this might be surprising, but one of the kind of first inquiries is people actually investigating, like, are dogs just suicidal in the region? Are they just suicidal? That's what they went to.
Specifically on that bridge.
I don't know why. I don't know why. They like investigated dogs within the area trying to figure out if there's something that would make the dogs unhappy.
The bridge.
Lead them to
How dare you?
Suicidal because
the bridge makes them unhappy.
Here's what kind of spawned that. So they started to name it Dog Suicide Bridge.
I wonder why.
But the idea of committing suicide is intent.
Yeah, they might not be jumping off for that purpose.
What if they're being mind controlled?
So
of course.
they wanted to rule out any reason of intent that the dogs would want to no longer be alive. Do people in the area not know how to take care of their animals? Probably. They're bringing their dog to a dog suicide bridge, but
probably not in the context. Idiots.
Yeah. Okay. So after they kind of ruled out that there was no way they could prove that the dogs are suicidal, tried looking into other things. A rumor that went around is the dogs were becoming possessed by a lady in white. There was a rumored
the fuck
lady in
she
white
got against
ghost.
the dogs?
Is it a ghost Eevee?
No.
Okay.
That's all I'm gonna give you on that one.
Okay.
What she got against the dog?
This spirit.
She got knocked off that bridge by a dog. That's what happened. I'm calling it now. This bitch got knocked off the bridge by a dog, and so she possesses dogs to take her revenge because that bitch is vengeful. That bitch is spiteful.
From what I looked at, the ghost, there's no real connection between the ghost and the dog. The reason the ghost rumor existed to begin with is because there was a woman that lived there alone in the Overtoon house for 30 years.
So she got attacked by a dog.
Of her husband. She passed away, and people created rumors that there was this ghostly woman.
She passed away after she got murdered by a dog.
Maybe that's what happened. Maybe that's what led to this.
Spiteful bitch.
So, led to a bunch of different things, right? Like, what could possibly be triggering these dogs? Well, dogs hear things, right, that most people can't. Mm-hmm. Maybe that has something to do with it.
Like
so,
ghosts.
Like, they're looking at where do those sounds come from. There's like a submarine base not too far away from that area. Maybe they were hearing some signal from the submarine.
It's
so
spooky.
ultimately, they couldn't really come up with like a good reason why these dogs would just freak out, right? But there is a current popular theory as to why these dogs jump off the bridge.
Tell us.
It's a combination of two things.
Tell us.
So first, in the 1950s, a species was introduced to the area. That species is a mink.
You think they're jumping off after minks?
I didn't look up why the minks were introduced, but mink urine apparently is very attractive to dogs.
Yes.
So the idea is that these dogs, they get partway across this bridge, they smell the mink urine, and they jump off. Seems like a solid theory, something they would instantly go after. But then it begged the question of, dogs aren't that dumb.
No, they're not.
They're not just going to jump off a bridge.
They would go around.
They would go around. So, based off of the way the bridge is, they have a theory that based off the shrubbery, how tall the walls are of the bridge, they think the dogs don't know that there's a gorge there.
Really? Like it just looks like a normal walkway to them?
Like from dog height looking,
right?
They see a flat plane,
right?
And they're just going through stone pillars.
Thinking that the other side's flat ground. Yeah.
Yep.
So that's possible. So
that is the current...
And so look, here's the thing.
Prevailing
All
theory.
of that's fine. All of that is fine. You know what's not fine? The fact that we let the number get past 50 and we still let dogs on this bridge.
And the only sign on that bridge says no unauthorized vehicles beyond this point. Nothing about dogs.
No dogs. No pets allowed. No shoes, no shirt, no pets.
on Google Maps, you can only get to the entrance of the bridge, but you can't go on the bridge or past where the bridge leads to. Like it's like looking at the Overton house, and then it's like bridge, and then you can't put the little Google guy past the bridge. It's spooky. I know it doesn't matter, but spooky.
You get spooked out by some real random things, dog.
I can't put my Google guy in a place. It must be haunted.
It's like they got to the bridge and they're like, oh well, we're done Google imaging the entire.
This is haunted. We're done. We're not going to.
Speaking of which, for all our programming listeners, hope one of you still working on that that morphing face for Salo.
I don't know what this is in reference to, but yeah.
The faceless creature that slowly morphs its face like yours?
I do not know what you're talking about. La la la.
Did he put his hands over his headphones like that would muffle the sound?
It's not working.
Easier to hear us.
It's not working.
This motherfucker, bro. This motherfucker. Dude.
Let's not revisit that nightmare fuel. Jesus.
Next, he's gonna turn the volume up. I'm gonna drown you guys out with yourselves.
Anyway, yeah, my suggestion: stop letting dogs on the fucking bridge.
Or put up a sign.
No sign. No,
because
dogs
know.
On the bridge.
People know about the bridge.
Or at the very least, do not have your dog on this bridge without a leash.
Yeah. Now, dogs on a leash have jumped off the bridge, and they're just
harness leash.
Yeah.
Harness leash.
Yeah. By the way,
I think collar leashes should be done.
Yeah.
I don't think they should be a thing.
I think you should always switch to a harness leash.
You should always have a harness leash. I don't like
unless there's some reason that your dog cannot have I don't know, support underneath their armpits or something like that.
Or it's a stationary leash. Like if it's a stationary thing in the yard, I'm fine with it being a collar leash, because at that point, if the dog chokes themselves, it's because they're stupid.
That's because they're trying to.
They don't want to learn their own limitations.
No, harness leashes are great.
I highly recommend them.
And anyone that's not using them for their dog, to switch to them.
Yeah, I very much recommend them.
Same.
I also, on the subject of pets, for any cat owners, found out relatively recently that a lot of people that have cat allergies, they're not actually allergic to the cat. They're allergic to the kitty litter.
Really?
And that there are more natural kitty litter options like wood shaving and stuff like that cats adjust to really well, really naturally. They'll use them. It's still just as easy to clean up. Doesn't exactly clump as well, so you might have to change it more frequently, like clean it out more frequently, but it's cheaper. And it's hypoallergenic.
Is that what you're allergic to?
So when I stayed at Single's house, she has the better stuff. I didn't have any allergy problems the entire time. I don't know if it was because I was on my allergy meds the whole time, or if it was because of that, but I changed the kitty litter while I was there. So I was all up in the face of the cat shit, literally. And I didn't have any allergy problems the entire time I was there. And when I'm at my sister's house, I do have allergy problems, even if I'm on my allergy meds. So I think it is the litter. So I just wanted to bring that up. It's not always the case. You might be allergic to the actual dander, but if you,
it's definitely worth trying.
Like if your friend or your sibling or your spouse's sibling or whatever has cats and you're allergic and you want to go over and spend time, but you don't want to feel like shit, let them know. Maybe they can look into it and get like one bag of it to test it out. And then when you go over there, you can see if you don't feel like shit. And if you don't, maybe they can make that change.
And then now you can buy a cat too.
And then you could potentially get a cat too. Exactly. Because I love cats. I always thought like I can't have one because they make me sick as fuck. But now I'm questioning whether or not it might be the litter. And I'm scheduled for an allergy test here soon in a couple of months where they're going to stab me with every single one of those fucking pins to test what I'm allergic to and what I'm not. So we'll find out soon if it's the cats or the kitty litter. But I love cats. So if I'm not allergic to cats, one day when I have my own place, I'd love to have a pet cat.
I have a cat tip for the day, guys. Cat tip for the day from me. 2 words. Bubble catnip. All I got to say. And to add a little context, because that's not all I have to say, they have bubble catnip where you can blow the bubbles into the cat, and it's catnip, and it's great.
Wait! Whoa! Time the fuck out!
Were you blowing the bubbles?
Were you blowing the bubbles?
For the cat. Catnip
Where?
does nothing to humans.
Where are you blowing the bubbles?
At their face.
So disrespectful.
What?
Salo, the first time you said it, you said you can blow bubbles in the cat.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
Not what I meant. Not inside them. You're ridiculous.
Right? Is that not what he said?
I'll confirm when I edit this.
Is that not what it sounded like he said?
Sounded like he said something like that.
All right. The only other thing I'll say about cats, if you're a cat owner, I would highly suggest you do not have your cats declawed.
Same.
I think it's
not
inhumane.
good. Yeah, it's not good.
I don't know if you knew this, but most of the time when they declaw cats, they actually have to break the paws to do it.
I did not know that. What the fuck?
They have to break the paws so that they can remove the claws.
Really?
It is inhumane. And if they ever, for whatever reason, get out, they have no way of defending themselves. I think it is inhumane. Teach your cats to not be dicks. Don't be a dick to your cat. There's a difference.
PSA.
That's just my personal opinion. But I'm not a cat owner, so you do you. But my opinion, don't declaw your cats.
I would say outside of personal opinion, you should probably just not be a dick to your animals.
Yeah, that too.
Or take them over a bridge.
Like
Unless their name is Apollo.
Or Weasel.
Or Weasel. The dog, apparently.
Why are y'all disrespecting Weasel?
Apparently he's a dog!
He's part of the dog suicide squad. Leave the man alone.
I'm so fucking disappointed. Yeah, but the major moral of the story here, don't take your dog on dog suicide bridge.
Overton Bridge, no good, no bueno.
Fucking weirdos.
Run away.
Real talk, I don't know how to say this any other way. If you are a dog owner and you willingly take your dog on a bridge known as Dog Suicide Bridge, you are a bad pet owner. You will not change my mind. And I will die on that hill. You will not change my mind. If you willingly take your pet on a place known as Dog Suicide Bridge, you're a bad pet owner. You should not have that pet.
I think, moreover, if you take your dog on this bridge, unharnessed, like if you don't have control over your dog to stop them from doing something they shouldn't do on a dog suicide bridge.
Either way, even if they are harnessed, because what if your hand slips? Either way, you're a bad pet owner. You shouldn't have a dog. You should not have a dog if you are willingly taking your dog on a place named Dog Suicide Bridge.
Do better.
Damn, it's for science.
No.
Do better.
Fuck science. Fuck it right in the beaker. No.
Right in the beaker.
Why did Salo get country?
I don't know. I don't know where that came from. Who said that? What?
Can you not do that into the listeners' ears? Because I didn't like it, so they probably really don't like it.
Please forgive me.
I don't.
I don't either.
Next time on episode 12. Will he forgive me? Find out next.
All right. Well, I guess that's a good time to call it. Next time is episode 12. At least he can count.
I can give you a spoiler.
No spoilers.
Alert. He doesn't forgive you. Especially for blowing bubbles in your cat.
Not in the cat.
Dick. Yeah, but Brett, he's a good dick.
The bestest. Anyways, that was the show, episode 11. Thank you for visiting. Thank you for coming.
That was the bend of the Zabinda the Benda.
I'm clearly
Anybody else got anything before we close out? Brett, you got anything else you want to add?
I'm gonna go home.
Aren't you home? Wait. You know what? I think he's got the right idea. Till next time, everybody.
See you later, guys. I gotta go home.